Hello viewers and welcome to my new video. In today's video I would like to talk to you about the most recent hot topic in the sort of music sphere, which is the acquisition of Bandcamp platform by a company called Songtradr from Epic Games, which was the current owner, I believe, who sort of took over about maybe 2 years ago. Now, why this is important? Obviously, because many of us independent artists like myself have our music, merchandise, physical copies, downloads, you name it, on Bandcamp platform. And I only thought that this would be fitting, especially bearing in mind the fact that one of my videos about Bandcamp is actually quite popular on my channel, and this video talks about why I think Bandcamp is better than streaming for the artists. And this is the very important thing, because Bandcamp at its sort of foundation has always had this sort of artist focus, where the artist gets paid quite a big share of the revenue that the platform has been generating, as opposed to streaming, where the artists only get paid normally very little. And if you want to find out more about that, please check out my other video, and I'm going to leave the link somewhere here on the screen for you. Okay, so for today's video I'm gonna be using two specific articles. The first one written by Philip Sherburne for Pitchfork music magazine, and I'm just going to demonstrate to you one standpoint, and the other thing is I'm just going to be sort of referring to Songtradr's actual blog, in which they describe what this acquisition means from their perspective. So we're gonna have two perspectives, and obviously my main objective for this video today is what does this mean for us artists, so, and also for music consumers equally as well. So let's dive into it. So Pitchfork actually are saying here, is Bandcamp as we know it over? So, you know, their slant on it, their take on it is quite negative, one might say. So I'm going to explain that to you whilst reading this article, or parts of this article that I think are significant for this video for you. So the first thing, and all the newspapers, all the media outlets online that they basically are talking about, is these layoffs. So the initial point is that once this acquisition happened, approximately 50% of Bandcamp staff have been laid off, which obviously is very bad news for the people themselves who are at the receiving end of this, because of course they all have bills to pay, they had jobs, and all of a sudden they've been made redundant. And of course that's not going to be good for them. So that's always a bad thing when this type of thing happens to people. So, you know, that's the first thing to emphasize in this. But of course, you know, Philip Sherburne in this article in Pitchfork sort of points his attention towards the fact, well, what does that mean to the platform? You know, 50% of staff have been laid off. What are going to be the actual consequences for the artists, for the music, for the downloads, for everything and all the operations that go with it? Okay, so let's see what he actually says. So he's describing that obviously for independent musicians and the fans, Bandcamp has been one of the few economic success stories of the past decade, because it's a direct to consumer marketplace for artists and labels to sell physical releases, merch and digital downloads to listeners at rates far exceeding streaming platforms' paltry payouts. As the site proudly notes, artists on Bandcamp collectively earned $193 million in the last year alone. So this is really important to point out. And Bandcamp has paid out a whopping $1.19 billion since its founding in 2007. And thanks to key elements, a strong editorial arm, social features, and Bandcamp Fridays, which has been a monthly initiative launched early in the pandemic, where the site forgoes its revenue code for 24 hours And Bandcamp established itself as a crucial and widely beloved platform with a unique focus on niche styles and underground communities. So these Bandcamp Fridays, for example, they have been very crucial to artists because effectively what that meant was, aside from some admin fees, the Bandcamp wouldn't take any profit whatsoever from those sales. So if people were buying on that particular one Friday a month, all the profit would go to the artist from those sales, So that was huge, really, So apparently, Songtradr, what they are saying is they are going to keep it. So that's good news for us, because again, if that's going to be kept, that's good. So also, what's important to mention here, what Philip is writing, is that roughly 19 months ago, which I actually didn't know, Bandcamp's founders already sold the company to Epic Games, and that was the software developer behind Fortnite. And it didn't bode well. Because the question was, what did a video game company need with a music retailer like Bandcamp, and how could it possibly make use of it? So again, there was this kind of discrepancy between, a game company versus a music company, are they going to really understand that market? And already late last month, Epic announced it would lay off 16% of its workforce and sell Bandcamp to Songtradr. Now, since then, we know that 16% has grown to about 50%, so this is something I've already said. However, what Philip is writing here, which is quite crucial, is that Songtradr promised what sounded like business as usual, but following the acquisition, Wired reports, Bandcamp employees were shut out of critical systems and given little guidance about future plans, leaving workers in a really destabilizing position, as one employee put it. And even more ominous was a statement from Songtradr's chief marketing officer, which was like this: based on its current financials, Bandcamp requires some adjustments to ensure a sustainable and healthy company that can serve its community of artists and fans long into the future. So again, this seems to me a little bit like a sort of, profit-based statement. And of course, all these platforms are businesses, so, they need to think about profit. But again, Philip is kind of sort of alluding to the fact that perhaps Songtradr might be more profit-orientated than artist-orientated. So a departing software engineer tells me that cuts were spread out fairly evenly across all departments except for customer support and editorial, which were hit harder. This former employee estimates that only 3 support specialists were retained. A current employee tells me that the editorial department kept 3 editors and a designer, and that Bandcamp Daily, the site's robust music publication, will continue on. Bandcamp's former executives, meanwhile, all vanished on September the 28th, and no one has heard from them since, says the ex-employee. So Philip is expressing some of his concerns here that the cutting costs by gutting customer support doesn't seem like a very sustainable path for a platform that logs tens of thousands of transactions, totaling more than $500,000 of sales per day. The company claims to have been profitable since 2012, but even if Bandcamp was bleeding money and making cuts was necessary to restore the bottom line, Songtradr's opening moves don't seem like the tactics of a company that understands what it has purchased. And again, this is just an opinion of the writer of this article, but this is what I'm trying to present to you. So there's been an outpouring of grief and rage on social media about this. A lot of what he says here is fans and musicians alike see this as part of the culture, a crucial lifeline for scenes where love, not money, is the main driver. It's notable that not only does Bandcamp sell vinyl, cassettes and CDs, a big part of its business is digital downloads. Bandcamp customers love music so much that they're willing to pay real money for a non-material format that the rest of the market long ago left for dead as it moved to a subscription model. Again, Philip alleges that Bandcamp's editorial operation has long supported this niche ecosystem, so gutting the editorial department suggests that Songtradr doesn't care about Bandcamp's original vision. And then he goes on to say that kneecapping Bandcamp daily would represent a major loss for online music discourse. It's one of the few publications left that put significant resources into covering obscure artists from around the world. So what he's saying here is, when Pitchfork reached out to Songtradr for comment, a spokesperson sent a reply that said, "Over the past few years, the operating costs of Bandcamp have significantly increased. It required some adjustments to ensure a sustainable and healthy company that can serve its community of artists and fans. After a comprehensive evaluation, including the importance of roles for smooth business operations and pre-existing functions at Songtradr, 50% of Bandcamp employees have accepted offers to join Songtradr." They did not specify which former Bandcamp employees were offered positions at Songtradr. The comment continued, "We are committed to keeping the existing Bandcamp services that fans and artists love, including its Artist First revenue share, Bandcamp Fridays and Bandcamp Daily." So far these comments are promising, because of course they suggest that these features will continue to exist. So in theory, as an artist who is releasing, or as a small label who is releasing their material onto Bandcamp, at least in theory, it seems as though you don't have anything to worry about, at least for now. However, what Philip goes on to say is that in the absence of a more detailed statement from Songtradr, we don't know exactly what the company's plans are for Bandcamp. Prospects don't look good. To begin with, a business-to-consumer retailer like Bandcamp doesn't seem like a natural fit for a B2B, so business-to-business effectively, company like Songtradr. When it made the acquisition, Songtradr hinted vaguely at the possibility of synergy across the two platforms, noting that Bandcamp artists would be able to license their music to a wide variety of clients and increase the earning capacity from Songtradr's global licensing network. So actually, you know what, that might be a good thing, because, and I'm going to explain this in a minute, Songtradr is a music licensing company, so effectively they license music to various things like advertisement and so on and so forth. Films, you name it, television, that kind of thing. So that might be a good thing if that's something that you would like to participate in and sort of increase your revenue from your music in that way. However, Philip is also saying here that even here, the two companies' philosophies appear fundamentally at odds. To Songtradr, which licenses mood music to advertisers and content creators, music is an add-on, an extra, a Pavlovian trigger to help brands sell more chalupas. To Bandcamp, music is unique and unrepeatable, the be-all and end-all. It's everything. Now then he goes on to say that there are reasons to doubt that Songtradr will be able to pull off its business goals. Founded in 2014, the Santa Monica company has raised roughly $101 million in financing, much of which has put toward an aggressive strategy of mergers and acquisitions, that is, driving growth by bringing other companies under its umbrella. CEO Paul Wiltshire claims that the company nearly doubled revenue in 2020, but Songtradr's revenue appears to have flattened out for the past 3 years. So far, the company's communications regarding its acquisition haven't been totally on the level. When announcing this week's job cuts, Songtradr said that 50% of Bandcamp employees have accepted offers to join Songtradr. In fact, only half of Bandcamp's employees were offered employment in the first place, and the other half were summarily let go. So effectively what he's saying, they weren't all offered, so not 100% of people were offered the jobs and only 50% accepted. It was that the 50% were let go effectively, and there were only 50% remaining. Philip is going on to say that Bandcamp is so central to the business of independent music that it's tempting to see it as too big to fail. Yet, its failure is a real possibility. So if that is, obviously this really sounds so very doom and gloomish, in this article. And but if this was true, obviously that would shake up a lot of things, and that would have somewhat disastrous and negative consequences for us independent artists. Nationalize Bandcamp is a Twitter meme, not a political program. Not even Bandcamp's union was able to help save employees from this round of layoffs. And if Songtradr did implode, or perhaps worse, strip Bandcamp for parts and discard the rest, the consequences could be catastrophic for independent music. Whether the death of Bandcamp came in one fell swoop or as a result of 1,000 cuts, artists and labels would find themselves deprived of both a crucial income stream and their extensive mailing lists of supporters. Digital download sales would stagnate, more power would shift toward the major streaming platforms, and actually that is a big worry. And for listeners, it would become that much harder to discover strange, singular, and popular new music outside of established scenes and communities. Philip is going to say that we don't know what is going to happen. Of course we don't. But now is the time to begin imagining and building new alternatives. So first of all, anyone worried about losing their Bandcamp collections, so this is sort of more to the music consumers, might want to try Batchcamp, a Chrome extension for bulk downloading all of their Bandcamp purchases before it's too late. The next thing fans can do is to reaffirm their support for record stores, local shops. That's what Philip is proposing, obviously. Online retailers like Rough Trade, Boomcat, Bleep, Beatport, Quobus, you name it. Of course, that alone wouldn't be enough to make up for the loss of Bandcamp should it fall. A de facto monopoly, Bandcamp is too entrenched, too central to the business of independent music in the 2020s. For that very reason, we desperately need a host of competitors, a vibrant ecosystem to diversify the market and encourage innovations that will improve the current situation for artists, labels, and fans alike. Okay? Maybe that's an opportunity, by the way. Maybe one of you, maybe there is an opportunity out there to actually create something new. Maybe we should all connect. Maybe we should combine, our forces as artists. Maybe we should put a new platform together. Actually, how about that, eh? And if you think that, let me know in the comments. Bandcamp is hardly the only crack in the dam, according to Philip. It seems like things are getting worse wherever culture collides with the market. Following an acquisition by Rhode Island's in-music storage synthesizer company Moog Music recently slashed jobs at its Asheville, North California factory, noting that offshore partners would be picking up some of the slack. There are complaints that Discogs, the Wikipedia-like database and online vinyl marketplace, is increasing seller fees, which some have theorized might be a means of pumping up revenue in anticipation of a sale. So again, he's kind of alluding to the fact that perhaps Discogs might be next, on the list of being sort of acquisition purchased, by another company. Cultural theorist Cory Doctorow coined the term "unshittification" to describe the agonizing process by which online platforms shift their focus from end users to maximizing value for their shareholders. It's a crudely effective concept capable of capturing everything from the declining quality of Google's search results to the way your Instagram feed is full of reels you never asked to see. Let's not even get started on the rot at the heart of whatever Twitter is now. When Bandcamp's founders sold the company to Epic, that should have been the first sign that the platform belonged to someone other than its users. Songtradr's layoffs and promises of synergy with its music licensing business are the next indicator that the ugly spectre of unshittification may be nigh. The saddest thing is, aside from a benevolent billionaire sweeping in and buying up the site or building out an alternative, there are no easy answers here. It's another reminder that the independent music ecosystem is far more fragile than anyone would like to admit. So, like I say, this is the end of the article. And in this article, its writer is quite negative, it's quite pessimistic about this whole situation. Now, again, as he said himself, at this moment in time, we don't know what that means for artists or for the fans. Indeed, it sounds as though there's no need to panic just yet. And I'm going to update you the sooner I know anything else that is actually happening in that area. I'm going to make another video with an update. But let's actually jump into what Songtradr themselves have written about this situation. So Songtradr have issued their own sort of press release on September the 28th, 2023, and I think this is the date of acquisition. Okay, September the 28th, Los Angeles. Songtradr, a music licensing and marketplace company supporting artists, labels and publishers, and Epic Games, a leading interactive entertainment company and provider of 3D engine technology, announced today that Songtradr is acquiring Bandcamp. Songtradr will continue to operate Bandcamp as a marketplace and music community with an artist-first revenue share. So again, they are giving some reassurances here that, you know, this is still going to be the same vision, the same focus, sort of artist first. So we just need to wait and see how that actually works in practice. Bandcamp is an online music store and community with over 5 million artists and labels where fans can discover, connect with, and directly support the artists they love. This acquisition will help Bandcamp continue to grow within a music-first company and enable Songtradr to expand its capabilities to support the artist community. So again, we'll see. There may be some positive changes here, but let's just wait. Songtradr will also offer Bandcamp artists the ability and choice to have their music licensed to all forms of media, including content creators, game and app developers, and brands. This will enable artists to continue to own and control their music rights and increase the earning capacity from Songtradr's global licensing network. So now this is really important, sort of interesting. Why this is interesting is because we just need to see what that's gonna look like. So say if you are approached, if you have your music now on Bandcamp and Songtradr, you know, approaches you and they've finally figured out what the business model around this is going to look like, chances are you will receive an email probably with some kind of a proposal, whether you want to join in or not. Now, when I checked Songtradr's website, their services are not free of charge. Okay, so this is one point where I can see that might be some issues here, because to upload your music, to create an account and upload your music to Bandcamp, that's free of charge, yeah? And what happens is when you sell your music, or people download your music or buy your physical merchandise and things like that, you basically get paid, and then Bandcamp takes like a percentage of that at the point of a sale, but they don't ask you to pay any fees up front. Songtradr, if you want to join them as for the licensing service, music licensing services, they have 3 tiers, and you've got to pay basically an annual subscription. All right, so I'm not sure how that might actually work in practice. So for example, if you are currently on Bandcamp as an artist, are they gonna allow you to continue sort of having that music free of charge and then also the ability for it to be licensed, or are they gonna be asking for money for you to be able to do so? So that's yet to be seen. And like I said, as soon as any types of news like that are announced, I'm going to make another video to update you all. The acquisition of Bandcamp will help Songtradr continue to grow its suite of services for artists. I'm a passionate musician myself, and artistry and creativity have always been at the heart of Songtradr. Bandcamp will join a team of music industry veterans and artists who have deep expertise in music, licensing, composition, rights management, and distribution, said Paul Wiltshire, CEO of Songtradr. Songtradr shares Epic and Bandcamp's values around ensuring artists are fairly compensated for their work. Again, what does it mean fairly? At this moment in time, as I was reading another article about this, on average, artists actually have been receiving 82%. That's massive, right? Of from the profit making by Bandcamp, you know. So that's huge, you know. Is this going to be exactly the same, or are they gonna try and sort of mess with it? I don't know. It's for all of us to see. Bringing Bandcamp to Songtradr will make it easier for independent artists to connect with creators and developers looking to license their music and enable Epic to focus on its core metaverse, games, and tools efforts. So I think in this press release, this last sentence is particularly important. The way I read this is, and again, this is not surprising because this is a music licensing company, but to me, this sounds very much like they are going to put a lot more focus on that licensing sphere, you know, from just downloads, listening, you know, buying merch, all these different things. I think that's what is likely to happen. But again, there is no firm answer. This is just sort of my interpretation of what they've written. And we'll just have to wait and see. For now, I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't do anything. I would just, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my music on Bandcamp, and I'm going to see what the next movements are and whether I receive any communication directly from Bandcamp or Songtradr, really, just to see what this proposal for joining this music or opting in to this music licensing arena is going to look like. Okay, so I hope that you found this video informative, and like I say, the soon I've got any more news on this, or I find any new information, I'm going to make another video. And please let me know in the comments if you yourself have music on Bandcamp, if you are concerned about anything, what are your thoughts on this. I will look forward to reading your comments, and until then, I'll see you in my next video.